All right. Episode 2 of FBC. Welcome back. We got another family time for
Another
you.
one.
Another
Season
family
2,
time.
episode 2.
Yeah.
We got another family what?
Time.
Family time.
That's the name of it again?
Yeah.
Family meeting.
Family
It's time to have a meeting. No, we good. We involved.
Family time. Family meeting.
Family meeting.
We have another family meeting. And,
Yeah.
B,
All right,
what's
all
up?
All right, so on this edition of Family Meeting, I'm just kidding. So, all right, so we're going to read this. All right, so check this out, everybody. Ready?
Okay.
All right.
I am adventurous and like to meet different women. I do have sex occasionally.
Okay.
And yes, I use protection, so don't ask. I'm a middle-aged and probably should be looking to settle down, but the fear of being with just one woman makes me a little uncomfortable. I do not want to hurt anyone, but I am not ready to get married again because I was married once and it did not work out too well. We have 2 kids and she is really a sweetheart, but not very fun or adventurous. So she lying.
What?
Oh, man.
My kid. Okay, no, we have to read it the way they say. Okay,
Right.
We have 2 kids, and she is really a sweetheart, but not very fun or adventurous. My kids tell me I should find a nice woman and settle down, and that they are tired of meeting these different women. I'm getting a little tired of the rat race and always going out. My kid's mom reached out and said she wanted to talk with me about the kids and us. Do you think I should consider getting back with her or just leave her alone? Signed, a confused dad.
So, I got a few questions.
Yeah.
And I don't think, well, he's not here to answer them. Well, first, where's this guy from?
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis.
So it's a lot going on out there for sure.
Minneapolis.
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 Minneapolis, bro.
Minneapolis.
Or
That's what
Minneapolis.
It's not Minneapolis.
I said Minneapolis.
He from Minneapolis.
Minneapolis.
Just say Minnesota, guys.
Minnesota.
From Minnesota.
He's from Minnesota.
Just say
Twin
Minnesota.
Cities.
So, one, how old is he? Said he's middle-aged?
Middle-aged.
So
He's middle-aged. He's
is
middle-aged.
What, 50?
No.
40?
It's like from
What?
45.
Middle age is not
No.
40.
No. Middle age is 45 to 55.
Yeah.
Anywhere between 45 to 55
Okay.
is middle age.
That'll work.
Yeah.
45 to 50. Okay.
Yeah.
45 to 55. How old are the kids is a great question.
That is you need to know.
Because if they're like,
know.
Tay and Ray's age, that's like
12 and 9.
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? That you have to
That's
add
a real
that to the
thing.
equation.
Mm-hmm.
How long they were married.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, did you even give it a shot? That it's a lot of things that the fact that he's even bringing the ex-wife back up lets me know, one, it makes me feel like he's made a mistake. Like
As far as letting
He's
it go.
regretting
the
something.
first time.
He's
Right.
regretting
There's
something.
regret there, because most people who have an ex-wife never, ever, ever, ever want to do it twice.
Right.
That's like something that's the reason you've been
It's
wondering
like grotesque.
as long as you've been wondering, because you.
But he said she was a sweetheart, but she's not fun and
adventurous.
adventurous.
So it was probably-
So
He's saying he's fun and
He's the
adventurous.
one that was
She
like-
was not.
Yeah.
she's more reserved. So I'm wondering, is that something that drove them away to begin with?
I think that's why I think the numbers matter. And
Yeah.
the ages matter.
I would
because
play devil's advocate.
well, hold on, let me finish my let you play the devil later.
The devil's here already.
Play the devil later.
I just want to again, the question is
Right.
how old, like, again, the age is going to matter, because we want to know, like, when did the urge to be adventurous start? Was that a phase in your life? And where are you now in that? Like, does that matter as much? You say you're middle age. So, of course, if you're in your 20s and your 30s and you're trying to figure life out, then that feels different
Right.
than when you're in your 50s.
Okay.
Well,
that-
he said he's middle aged and he has sex occasionally. So I'm thinking
Sexual can't be it. Because if I'm a middle-aged man and I'm having sex all the time,
If you
and
single.
I'm single.
Well, when you're super young, you're having it twice as much.
Well, one thing that he brought up, he said he doesn't want to hurt anyone, so
Yeah.
he's being very
Oh,
conscious
okay.
of
So
what
he
he's
has
doing.
morals.
So yeah,
Right.
so that says experience to me. That says some type of experience.
He's
It
not
also
like a
says
player.
that also says I miss my wife. my ex-wife, because nothing compares. If you've been single this long and you haven't even desired another woman, but you're considering her, that means you're still in love with her, sir.
Yeah.
But he's saying he's ready to settle down. He's saying he's ready to find the right woman and settle
But
down.
the only issue is she's not adventurous.
I don't think that's the issue anymore.
She's bringing up the kids, which is making him consider the kids.
What did she say about the kids?
She said the kids are asking and all this stuff. So
sir, I'm trying to figure out, does she really want to have that conversation?
Well, he said she wants to talk to me about the kids and us.
Meaning the kids, it might be, we're moving to Georgia because y'all in Minnesota.
Well, he said his kids tell him he should find a nice woman and settle down.
Right, meaning move on.
Meaning go somewhere else. You should find a nice woman
I think
and
the
settle down.
conversation is not going to go the way he thinks it's going to go.
The kids, they do see visions.
They know
that.
That's a real thing.
Just because I call my ex and say I want to have a conversation about the kids doesn't mean I want to get back with you.
Right.
He's full of himself, y'all.
Well, he said
She said he full of himself?
That's the point.
Hold on.
He just said, should he bring it up when she talks to him about them?
No, sir. Because guess what? You keep saying that you don't know it's like he's talking out of both sides.
Nah, he did. No, Amy, you were completely right. He said she reached out to talk to me about the kids.
Yeah.
And now he signed confused dad. So just her reaching out, he's confused.
Does that really mean I think he feel like he made a mistake and he left his wife?
Wants her back.
He thought it was something else going on out there outside of her. Realized it wasn't. Now he wants to return.
I know
and
that
should
feeling.
he?
I know that. I remember I broke up with Constance, and
You thought you were about to live it up.
I mean, and I was out there hoeing.
Yeah.
She started working up there where we work at, and I started seeing her walk up the hallway with these jeans on, and me and my coworkers, I'm like, man, look, man, I ain't looking at her. I'm like, boy, look, boy. He's like, man, no. I'm like, Phil, look. He's like, no,
Oh
man,
no,
look.
bro. That's wild.
Phil Belly, what's up, boy? But, he'd be like, man. I was like, man, I gotta have her back, bro. He was like, you messed up too, man. She a good girl. I said, I know it, man. He said, you stupid. I said, I'm stupid.
That's what confused them.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
I had a good thing, and I started looking at what everybody else was doing and all the fun everybody else was having. But then when I started spending time with the people who I was looking at, I'm like, I don't want this.
Y'all lame.
Y'all miserable. Y'all high all the time. She high. Y'all, what is this?
Everybody high.
Man, I'm going back to my green girl.
What if she just really want to talk about the kids?
See, that's a
And
real
she ain't even
thing.
thinking about relationships. She probably got a whole boyfriend.
Really feel like he got options. That's what's so funny.
But-
That's why I was like, let me say, play devil's advocate. He really think he got a chance to
Nah,
move
yeah.
in there.
Why is your
What if
wife
she's
an
like,
option?
I'm moving
Your ex?
on. I'm moving on, and I want to learn how to co-parent with you with our
Right.
children because I want to move on.
I mean, that's a
Nice
really
guy.
valid
really a
point.
valid
And I have this
point.
nice guy I want to move on with.
Yes.
Get married to.
And get married to, and I want to talk to you about the kids and how we would do
How we
that.
would do it.
Nah. Not this brother.
Really?
Not this brother. Not this brother.
I have
That
sex
ain't
occasions.
this.
She wasn't adventurous. To me, when because he said not
You
adventurous.
Now, he also
I
said,
am saying in the bed. I'm thinking in the bed. I'm not thinking anywhere
Right.
else.
She adventurous
The fact
now.
that he said, but my thing
Because
is,
he has sex occasionally,
Right.
and he don't want to hurt nobody.
Right.
So
It's like, what we talk about, skydiving?
so now the brother also
You
said,
obviously have to
the
be
brother
within a
also
certain
said,
age.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to get married again because I was married once and it did not work out too well.
Some fear.
So he was married
So
to her.
He wants to be in a settled relationship, but maybe not marriage. So you trying to get into a situationship with
That's not.
with-
I don't
Hold on,
think
read
But the
End of
whole
the letter.
issue is my kid's mom reached out to me and said she wanted to talk with me about the kids. Oh, and it says and us.
and us, right?
It says
Oh, it
and
says.
us.
and then what does
But
it say
still,
after that?
Amy, it's
that does
still
not mean
It does.
I want to get back with you. I want to talk to you about us. I
and
want
how
to.
we co-parent.
And maybe how we co-parent.
It could be,
or
but
maybe
I believe-
I'm moving on. But if he believes, let's
no.
go back.
I believe she wants to be
get
with
back
him.
I think she
Okay.
does.
I believe that.
I think we're playing around, but yeah, essentially,
men bring out the adventure in a woman. Let me be clear.
Facts.
Okay.
A man can bring out something.
Facts.
So if you can't
Facts.
bring it out of her, hey, go to therapy.
Hold on.
Middle-aged man.
Hold on. Maybe he's realizing that, again, he's now a middle-aged man. So maybe he is now realizing, you know what, I got to do things differently.
Facts.
Age, time, it matures a person.
Oh, for
You're
sure.
going through life.
For sure,
Life
for
is
sure.
probably,
Yes.
done what it's doing.
Life will teach you.
So now he's like, okay, I think he was immature at the time.
Yeah.
I think he's now matured and he's ready for that conversation with her.
Right.
Got it.
Like he never went out and really sold his royal oats. He just kind of made himself suffice. Like, he didn't do enough in my eyes. Yet he was still being adventurous. I don't even know what that looks like as a single middle-aged
He's
man.
being
In
adventurous.
Minneapolis.
Right.
Minneapolis.
That's
Minneapolis.
that's
So
his
now he's
territory.
specifically asking.
Right.
He's specifically asking, do you think I should consider getting back with her or just leave it alone?
I think you should consider it.
Yes.
If it's in his heart, it's obviously in his heart and his mind.
Yeah, get back.
I'm
with it.
sure along the road, because they do have to communicate. They have children. So I'm sure they probably had either little spats or they've had, some little flirty thing. Something has been
something
going
is
on
in the mirror,
that
yeah.
has been consistent. You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree.
That kind of lets you know.
Leaving her alone in 2024, you're going to lose that. That window
Yeah,
is
it's not a
closing
good idea.
quickly, brother.
Right.
But my
And that's
thing
like
is,
we were saying, you need to, what we say,
Shorten that list.
Shorten,
Shorten that
yeah.
list,
my
right.
thing is, if this is a thing that I just don't like, that if you can't appreciate the person that she is, if he's not happy, he says she's a sweetheart, but not quite what I want. But are you settling when you go back? Because then she's not going to get the best of you. And then you're not going to get the best of her. Because to Amy's point, you bring out the greatness in your woman. So if he's just like, I need to do something because I'm getting up there. That's not giving, I love this woman and I'm going to love her to life. That's not what that gives. So if you're going to consider it, you need to consider it after you've kind of evaluated where you are in life.
Yeah.
And am I really in a space where I can love her the way she needs to be loved?
And also, if she wasn't adventurous the first time, is she going to be adventurous enough for you this time? And is she willing to? And what does adventurous mean? Because let me tell you, you don't know nasty until nasty come out.
Right.
And I would say that.
You don't know adventure till you have to swing across the
right.
ceiling.
Right.
Or until, you know.
I thought you were talking about going four-wheel driving. This Negro pulled out a doggone wham.
The white, the basketball player to
White House?
The White House.
Yeah, to somebody jump out of the closet. You didn't even know it was supposed to be. Like, wait a minute.
Nah, for real.
Allegedly.
Now, see, now that's the thing. You don't
that
know
was
what.
right. Well, allegedly on the social media, you can look it
Hey,
up.
man, that man jumped out that closet.
Yeah, but no,
Hey,
but
hey,
he
man, that man jumped out
and
that closet.
he didn't even know
His life
somebody
ain't never
was
been the
jumping-
same, man.
Right.
The other man. That man's life ain't never been the same. He traumatized.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. When you say adventurous, is it just adventurous? Like I ride motorcycles and you're
Right.
not in it.
Yeah.
Into that, I like to travel and you really are a homebody. Like, what does that mean? I think y'all should.
But the thing
you
is-
should talk to her and see, where it could go.
Be specific.
But
I think he was specific in here. He says, I am adventurous and like to meet different women. I do occasionally
was
have
talking
sex.
about
So
sex.
he said, I do occasionally have sex. So he's talking about
In that
sexual
bedroom.
adventure.
Okay.
And
So-
I think
No, he couldn't. Listen.
Jay, that's the sentence. The sentence is, I'm adventurous
I'm
and like to
reading
meet
that a
different
whole
We
women.
are interpreting it.
I'm
differently.
reading that. The way I'm
interpreting
reading that is that he's saying that he likes to meet, women. He likes to be adventurous and meet different women. But he says occasionally having sex. Now,
So he likes the thrill of dating.
right?
I'm about to say,
He's
he
not-
might-
That
having a whole
that
lot of dates
emphasis
is adventurous
feels
to him.
away as well.
But
Yeah.
but then he turns around and says
right.
that she's a sweetheart, but she's not fun and adventurous. So that puts it right back in the sexual connotation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I would like to know.
Yeah.
I would like to know, was she adventurous before he married her? And did she change?
You?
You know what I mean?
Because did you marry her initially and she wasn't adventurous and you thought you was going to make her adventurous and it didn't work?
Or when you had kids,
when y'all
and
was
didn't want to
like,
be adventurous no more because you now are tired and you're going through life and you're working.
That's a lot of dynamics.
That's a subject because, like Amy said, there are a lot of things that I did not do pre my husband.
Right.
And he is very satisfied at this point, but that's as a result of us growing,
bringing out the adventure.
That's as a result of.
So a man can bring it out of you, and that's what I'm saying. So if the adventure is not there, find a way to bring it out of her.
Right.
So if you want to be with her,
you gotta be creative.
Because I mean, but that's like a real thing. She could legitimately need the push. Like she could need, somebody to be like, "Oh, let's do this. Right. Hey, let's try this." Yeah. And she might be scared out of her head. You know what I mean? Like,
ready, do it first.
It takes two to tango.
Oh,
yeah.
But I think it goes beyond just sex, though. I think a good partner is going to push you in every area of your life.
Facts.
And I think when you start to get older and you only focusing on one single thing, then you start to miss the entire person. So I think he's now at an age where he's like, I see what I'm missing. This is good. This is okay. But yet he's ready to have this conversation. He's sick of whatever's going on out here. He's got his feel of it.
But to that point, and y'all are men, so correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
You could say, "Oh, she's a great person to make my wife."
Mm-hmm.
But she gotta come with that. It gotta go down in the bed.
I think that's
what.
I think it depends on the man. See, I think it depends on the man. See, for me, my wife's sexual appetite is not the thing that drives me more crazy about her. It's in her entirety. You get what I'm saying?
I'm not saying that's the main thing. I'm saying that so he finds himself kind of right back in the same place if it's not addressed. She's a beautiful person. We understand.
It depends on, again, age is your biggest teacher. Mm-hmm. As a man, again, we just talked about it. We've talked about this. Maturity is a thing. Mm-hmm. The thing that was adventurous to me then is probably not as adventurous to me now. Or even if it's still adventurous, is it as important as watching my kids go to bed at night, kissing them goodnight, having this woman here next to me? Like, you start to weigh things out.
As you get older,
the older you, as a younger person, things are plentiful. Mm-hmm. Time is plentiful. Remember when you was young, you can go to bed at 3-4 in the morning and be back up at 7.
My body shut down 9:30.
You know what I mean? Right.
Go to bed like a toddler.
And he's not a middle-aged man.
Toddler schedule.
He's not a middle-aged man. He's still a fairly young man.
Exactly.
I'm the same way. Literally, we looking crazy at 10 o'clock if we're not upstairs in the bed.
Like, what are we doing?
What time is it?
Listen, last night we was texting in our group, and it was like 10:10. I answered the text in our group at 10:10.
Did you get a response?
Corinne text me at 10:11. I ain't see it till this morning. What happened between 10:10 and 10:11? It was a wrap.
First of all,
I literally shut down within that.
I envy how well he goes to sleep.
Right, that's right.
Like he can lay down and snores come out in a matter of pow.
I mean, he really tired.
It doesn't matter.
Right. He can be
taking a nap, and he be.
Serious, I don't know what happened.
Wow.
Between 10:10 and 11, something happened.
I gotta be rocking. I gotta be like, think healthy thoughts. Think healthy thoughts. Think sleep. Father, thank you for sleep.
On that note,
no comment.
I got something for you.
I told him.
You did. You told him. Take a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil.
What?
I'm trying to tell you. Because I'm the type of person, I'll wake up 2-3 o'clock in the morning. It's hard for me to go back to sleep.
Yep.
He be mad at me.
Right. I started taking a shot of extra virgin olive oil. And even when I wake up in the middle of the night, it forced me back to sleep. I'm like, oh, shoot.
Really?
I had a good sleep.
Really?
And it's been repetitive. I be waking up like,
yeah, man,
last night.
Change a lot.
That was a good sleep. But I was thinking about something. So with men, I've seen men divorce women because the woman just didn't like having sex with him.
And that's the part I was getting.
I've seen that. And just, I can't speak for everybody.
Yeah.
But speaking for myself, I mean, I'm 42. I'm 42, right?
That's full time.
I'm 42 years
right?
old. I don't see my sex drive decreasing as I get older. You know, but it's like
this is our prime.
If I'm being empathetic to the people that I've spoken to that have actually gone through and made the decision to get a divorce, would I be able to be okay if my wife just said, I never want to have sex again?
That's wild. That's wild.
So I asked that question the other day.
For better and for worse, though.
You did?
I asked that question. I said, would you be okay if basically would you step out or be allowed to step out if your wife never, had sex with you?
Oh yeah. Okay, I remember that question.
See, at the end of the day,
I wouldn't have stepped out. But I'm just saying,
what would you have done?
The question is, would you stay?
So you just saying you just gonna divorce?
No, I'm asking the question.
What'd you say?
I'm not saying what I would do.
Well,
I'm just posing the question.
I think in my
can it be worked out?
I think. See, that's tough, but we didn't get together over sex.
So you need the details.
I'm saying we didn't get together over sex. So I don't think sex would be the factor that would say, I'm done with you.
So I'm saying, what would you do if Corinne said, I never want to have sex again? What would you do?
What would I do?
Let's say she didn't say that. Let's say she can't physically have sex with you.
Okay, she can't. Okay.
Right.
That's different.
That's different.
That's different. But I don't want to say that.
It's a choice.
Yeah.
Because of course I'm gonna be there.
It's
And
a
we gonna
choice.
do.
different
So, choice. Okay, so if
I'm making a choice to fast
From sex.
from sex
For the rest of your life.
for the rest of our lives. If you love me, you're down with that.
Well, here's the thing, though. Honestly, okay, if she decided,
No, fasting is a thing. What you choose to fast from.
he said for the rest of life. He said
No, but for the
life.
rest of our
He said for the
marriage.
rest of
For the
life.
rest of our
Let's say 6 months.
Well,
fasting
well,
for
well, listen.
No, don't change the
Well,
parameters.
Don't change the parameters.
The rest of her
I
life.
was very
So
specific.
she
change the
specifically
parameters.
said to me,
I never want to have
she-
sex with you again, but I love you with everything in me. I'm so in love with your personality and your work ethic and your drive, but I never want you to put your thing in me again.
well, if that's the case, she's made a conscious decision for our dynamic to change.
Yes.
Explain.
Yes. No, yeah. Get into it.
You made a conscious
Dig in.
decision to say that part of us is no longer.
And this is hypothetical because we have a tendency, we can start talking about it and become real in that moment. This is hypothetical.
We're gonna be on the way home. So
Like, so what you were saying?
Yeah.
It's just hypothetical.
So yeah, because you know where I'm going with this.
Right. Go ahead.
Where are you going with this?
If you made a conscious decision, literally a decision,
real
I've
conscious
decided to no longer have sex in our relationship for life, then that has changed our dynamic. I still love you. I still am selfless towards you. I still serve you as a husband.
But
Barbecue with mildew.
Right.
Barbecue or
You made a decision. You made a decision.
All right, Jason.
You made a decision.
Hold on.
We're going back to the lanes.
No. You
Hold on. What
made a
you
decision.
I want to say, me making that decision, you're saying that's going to cause you to make a decision.
There you go.
It changes our dynamic.
It
You
Because
said it changes our dynamic.
Yeah.
But what that will cause, because the
changes
dynamic
the
has
parameters.
changed, you now have to make a decision that will further change our dynamic.
Well, no, because you changing the dynamic through that decision has already made my decision within that dynamic. Follow me.
Technically, is that what you're saying? Like,
Yeah, you made the decision. Abraham and
I didn't make. It's like if I make you saying I made a decision for what? What's the outcome of that?
Abraham and I.
Say it.
Dumb.
Say it.
What?
Hey, man.
What would be your decision?
What you mean?
Sarah and Hagar.
What would be your decision?
She tripping. Now y'all got her tripping.
No.
You have a concubine.
Listen. I'm saying, but we saying, see, now you getting offended over a decision you made, though. You made the decision, and now you getting offended over it.
Because I would like to know what is the outcome of my decision.
Babe,
this is hypothetical.
If you hypothetically said,
hypothetically,
because we getting real over here. Right. This little snip can go. If you hypothetically said we are no longer having sex in our relationship, do you agree that changes our dynamic?
Yeah.
Because you do agree how important that is, not only for a man, but just for the prospering of our relationship.
Yeah.
And on certain levels.
Yeah.
Of course, there's other places in our relationship that wouldn't be affected at all by it.
Right.
But that place specifically.
Yeah. So what will you do?
Putting on the rollerblades.
What's the roller? What does that mean?
He's skating.
You're going to be outside with it. Is that what you're saying?
We outside.
Okay, leaving the lane. Coleman.
Go to the Coleman.
Jay.
Like, I don't want to.
Let me tell you how mature me and her are. We're going to have a conversation.
Jay, the conversation already been had.
Oh, he got that gift of gab, though. So he's going to talk back into it.
She made the
Somehow,
decision.
some way, he going to lawyer up.
If you expect, your expectation, the expectation of you is, me and you are supposed to just ignore certain urges and needs in my body.
Right.
You made that decision. Then we have to, and I love you, and I care for you, and I'm going to be here for you forever.
Yeah.
Understand that this thing is purely physical for me.
That's it, man.
But
You're
something
be
has to
outside
be
with
released.
It.
No, that's a real thing. Like, physically.
You're going to be outside with it.
So, Jay,
she'll know, though.
We on the same page.
She'll
We on the same page. We on the same page.
She'll know.
Yeah.
All the time you're outside with it.
You know, I need a little time to myself.
And by self, I don't mean by self.
By yourself.
Why
can't you be
It's all hypothetical.
by
because me
yourself?
and her don't have that issue at all.
Let me be clear. I'm not sitting around. Jason said, I'm not having sex with you for the rest of my life because of that.
She's
well,
a real
you broke up with me.
She's a real one.
You broke up with me.
You broke up with me.
In that aspect.
Yeah,
in that aspect.
Yeah.
I
didn't break up with you. I said I wasn't having sex with
So
you.
in Amy's mind, we're broken. No, she said in that aspect. So in her mind, we're broken up in that aspect.
Yeah.
But
So that's
not
what we
in
saying.
the rest of the aspect.
That's what we saying. We all speak the
broke
same
up.
language.
We broke up.
She
And
might just skirt all the way out the door. Like, I'm out.
You know, because like for me, like sex is more than physical for me.
Yeah.
So if I have sex, I like you. We together.
Right.
You my man.
Right. And see, men don't think
If
that
I
way.
have a boy, you know what I'm saying? If I have sex with somebody, we together.
Right. Oh, we married.
We together. I don't. That's just who I am.
Right.
That's
See,
just
men,
my makeup.
most men don't
I
think that
can't.
way.
Yeah, he can do that, but
We
I'm
can
not
detach.
built like that.
Mhm.
We can
For
detach.
sure,
I'm
for
not
sure.
detached.
Yeah,
Right.
women
So we
don't have a
broke
hard
up.
time detaching.
We probably broke up in every aspect. I mean, and you know, that's my baby daddy.
Man, that's crazy.
And I hope
That's
you
the
know
question
things
I
are.
don't do.
Yeah.
So take it to the Adams.
And you know what you would do.
Come on, man.
And
talk
are you
about
going
it.
to be outside with it?
Constance, I wouldn't be outside with it. I definitely wouldn't be outside
Then
with it.
come to the house.
Because I'm from Atlanta. And Atlanta,
You ain't got to go out there.
I
They
would-
come to you.
I'm different. I'm different. I would have to have a very detailed conversation.
She already gave you the stipulation.
I already gave you the stipulation.
You have all the details.
Those
Yeah.
are the details.
But I'm very creative.
Yeah.
So I would be like, okay, so does that mean no penetration?
No,
talking
it's
about
just
that.
no
No, it's
sexual
all done.
activity
It's
whatsoever.
done.
No, we didn't say that.
When
You
you
said
say
sex.
sex,
Yeah,
No.
means nothing.
I don't want to have sex anymore. That means you don't
Nothing.
want me to become one with you?
Nope.
Okay. So does that mean we can't like
Do other things.
Chill out. Chill out.
Everything's off the table.
Everything's gone.
Everything
gone.
She
Every
said for
sexual
life.
activity.
Nothing.
Everything.
Nothing
There's
for
no
life.
sexual
Because
activity.
she's
None.
fasting for the
Zero.
rest of her
Zero.
life.
massages and
Nothing.
Zero.
Zero.
Nothing.
Nothing that leads to
None.
Where you
sexual
at?
activity.
So now you understand. So
Right.
where we
She's
at?
a nun now.
Yeah. She's married to the Lord.
All things are off limits.
Because
Very
she's trying
good.
to.
So
Lord
I
in that
can't
regard.
like I can't see you like in the nude.
No.
Well, you can see her,
No.
but you're
Yeah,
not
I mean,
going
you
to
can
touch
see
her.
her
I can
like
see her in
take
the
a
nude.
shower
Yeah,
and
but you
stuff.
can't touch her.
I
You
mean,
can't
No,
penetrate her in any areas.
You can't sexualize her at all.
I can do what I want to in my mind.
No.
Well, hold up now.
Bro, you're not being realistic.
Who ain't?
You're not being realistic.
Hey.
I'm being extremely realistic. Let me tell you something. First
You're
of all,
not being realistic.
First of all, have you ever been locked up?
Yeah, but you haven't been locked up that long.
Listen, let me tell you something.
You haven't.
We talking about life here, baby.
long
You
enough to be like, I can't live without it.
Listen,
all these years having your freedom to touch
your
and work
mind
and do everything that your woman
mind
wants you to
is
do.
a very
Now, all
powerful-
of a sudden,
I'll give you an
go
example.
cold turkey at that
I'll give you an
for
example.
the rest of your life.
I'll give you an example. When I had my apartment over there in the Marquis.
Nigga, you was a teenager back then.
No,
man.
I was in my
We talking
20s.
about great. We
No,
said
listen to me.
mid.
Listen.
Right here. Right here. No, Jay,
Right
I feel
now.
you. I feel you,
One of
Jay.
my roommates.
I feel you, Jay. He trying to rationalize
No,
this, bro.
listen.
He don't want to say he don't be outside with it.
Listen.
You don't want to say he'll be
One of
outside.
my roommates had pictures of his girlfriend all over his wall.
Okay.
And his girlfriend was very, bathing suit type,
Okay, yes.
You know what I'm saying? A friend of mine that we used to get the stamps from, right?
Yeah.
Slept in that room. The next morning, he comes out. Hey man, morning man. What's up? What's going on with you? I'm like, boy, I just told old boy girl up. I said, what? Cool. I said, somebody came here? I said, somebody came here? He told us, no, he got them pictures all over the wall like it's gravy, like it's sweet.
Like
I
it's
tore her tail up. I said, I can't say his name.
I
But
know who
if you
you
watch
talking
it, you know who I'm talking about. And I was like, what? Okay. That was weird.
That was him. That was
So
you.
I say that to my point of the mind is a very
Nah, dog.
Yeah, but
Powerful
he went
man.
and got some physical tang right after that. All that old mental stuff ain't work for very long.
Let me keep it.
Come on,
Let me
all the
keep
way
it.
100, bro.
Let me keep it.
Talk to me.
It's off forever.
Done data.
He can't do it.
He know.
He can't do
Ain't
it.
nobody stupid.
This
But it's so much more than just sex.
We understand that. We already talked
So
about
it's like I wouldn't leave her.
Of course not.
No, we didn't say leave.
None of us
Ain't
said
nobody
that.
I wouldn't
leaving.
leave her. And I wouldn't. My moral. I can't go out there and attach myself soul tie wise
Wear
to somebody else. Yeah, that ain't.
Wear some
It's so much
rubbers.
deeper than that, man. I couldn't.
Just kind of blocks all
I
that.
just couldn't do it.
And so you're saying so
With just
So,
speaking for me with my
understand.
personal
I get
beliefs.
it.
so
I get what you're
saying. I wouldn't do
understanding.
that.
Understanding. You're saying she said no more forever. It's done. I'm done having sex with you, and you're just gonna go into your little box.
I gave you the example of the story to tell you I'd figure it the heck out
Okay.
within
There
my
it is. That's all I
parameters of
need.
belief.
That's cool. That's cool. Nah, that's cool.
I would figure it out.
Okay. So yes, you would. You would
I would
figure it out.
definitely figure it out
Y'all be figuring it out in separate rooms. But she don't want to sleep with
because
separate rooms
she's
no more.
this is my wife. This is my wife. There's no such thing as.
Korean, you
Let me ask you a question. Can a wife? And I hate
You got to
use
knock
the
on
R
the door.
word.
You can just walk in.
Oh, yeah.
You got to get her attention.
Is it such thing as forcing yourself on your wife?
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes.
Yeah.
That's
You
like
go
so.
to jail.
It's still a, no, it's still a consent thing.
It's all right.
Caught rape.
No, it's
Everything
no.
still comes down to
But
consent.
that's your wife.
No.
No, you
Everything
don't.
still
It's not
comes.
ownership.
So
I'm not saying ownership. I'm
Ain't
just
forcing.
saying. I'm just
No,
trying to be
that's
creative.
So
here.
if,
No.
if
I'm just trying to be
And she
creative.
That's why I
said
said-
no.
She said no.
She said
There's no
absolutely not.
creative. Go in the room, take
Hold
some
up, hold up.
pictures,
Let
me-
and
Go-
tear her up through the pictures like your friend.
Hey, so let me show you what this will be.
Go in your room.
Let me go ahead and fix this right now. Let me go ahead and fix it right now. Babe, I had this dream that you told me we could never have sex again. I'm so glad it was a dream. You gotta be kidding me.
Hey,
Again, I'm so glad that was hypothetical question.
hypothetical.
But that's what. But like women, like women who like lose their sex drives. Like men, they go get a pill from the gas station or a friend or two, be like, here go a blue pill, or whatever. But women, when they lose their libido, it's usually because, and I'm this is not scientific. It's usually because they're overwhelmed with life. So like if the woman is like, I'm tired, my head hurt, take something off her plate.
Right.
That's right.
Take something off her plate. She will easily get in the mood.
That's right.
She will easily want you.
Make up the bed.
Wash clothes. Put them up.
Fold them.
Clean the bathroom. Wash them dishes.
Or like I was saying in the other episode, you know, there's some type of disconnect when she's not responding to you in that way. So in the case I brought up how Kim Kardashian was saying that Kanye wasn't speaking her language. He gave the big things. The big things don't do it for me anymore. But if you took me on a little walk in the park, that would brighten me to the point where I might be like open to it.
Absolutely.
Or to the point where Anthony, last episode, he was talking about him watching his mouth and, you know, being mindful of not just nitpicking. Well, that kind of declutters my mind. So it's like, oh my gosh, like he being mindful. That's sweet. So just understanding those type of things. So to that ex-husband, if you're considering going back to the sweetheart of an ex-wife that you had, you would need to consider when it comes to her lack of adventure and her lack of being fun, like what part am I playing that she doesn't want to be adventurous and be fun. She can't just be a completely boring person because you were attracted to her enough to marry her. So something about her attracted
and have kids with her.
And have children with her.
So it's something that, you know, whether it be the kids, Jason mentioned maybe, you know, after having kids, something changed, or maybe the plate is full, or maybe there's a disconnect on your end.
Or maybe they need therapy. And maybe they need therapy separately. Maybe there's some things about her that she never exposed to him. You know what I mean? As to why she's not a certain way, or what, you know, why she don't do certain things. Like, have you even gotten to the depth of who she is? You know what I mean? Like, it's got to be a reason why she's not, you know, this way or that way, or if she's all of a sudden changed, or something has happened. And I think even in him inquiring about, you know, who are, you know, let's figure this out. Like, you know, is there something that, you know, I'm missing, or that, you know, that we haven't discussed, or like, let's figure out what this is, because I really want to make it work. You know, I ain't trying to be out here. You know what I mean?
You do not want to be out there.
I mean, I have a lot of friends that are single, and it's pretty whack out there.
Yeah, it's wild out there.
It's slim pickings.
I mean, just character wise. I'm not even talking about all the other stuff that comes along with the social media and all that. Just people character are just character. Ooh,
plain old character.
The character of people nowadays is self-absorbing. It's not. People don't think of others. You know.
Don't help a soul.
Yeah, she's not adventurous. Well, you know, you can bring it out of her in many ways if you want to. If you want to, and if she's open.
Well, when you love someone, you sacrifice for that person. You sacrifice a lot of the things that you particularly love. So, for our whole relationship, I always, special occasions, anniversaries, things like that, I always took my wife to maybe the fanciest or the best or the best place wherever we are to celebrate in that way. And after a while, it got to a point where she was like, well, we've done everything.
We've been everywhere. Yeah.
But when you know my wife, you understand that one thing she likes is to try different things. She likes experiences. She doesn't, and she's not necessarily a big, I got to have a steak type person. But I put her in that box. That's what I like. So therefore, I put her. So what I started to do is I started to think about her. So she likes different experiences. She likes different types of foods. She likes different type of whatever she likes. I'll sacrifice what I like to make sure she gets what she wants, what she deserves and what she desires. So we went to a Mediterranean spot. That's not my type of thing, but she loves that type of stuff. She had the time of her life, and I was okay with her having that.
You did because she did.
Absolutely. Best time ever. All because she was happy. So I think when you start to love someone a certain type of way, you don't mind putting yourself
on the back burner.
Right, because you're not, it's not self. It's not, It's not like about me. Sometimes it's not about you, and it's okay for it not to be about you.
The opposite of love is selfishness, not hate.
Yeah,
It's selfishness.
Yeah,
It's I'm so self-absorbed I can't even see you.
Right.
But we're in a relationship.
Right.
We're dating. We're married. We're engaged. But you're so self-absorbed, and then you got women who have been through so many horrible relationships that when they get with that self-absorbed man, they're doing everything in their power, some because they were trained that way by their mothers.
To empower the selfishness.
Right.
Yeah.
And they, well, where are we supposed to be going? We're supposed to go and make this left. This is the wrong turn. Oh, I'm so sorry. We were supposed to make the right. Dang, we supposed to make the... Why you ain't tell me we were supposed to do this? It's like, what are you doing? A father watching his daughter go through that, he's ready to kill something.
Yeah.
So I say that to say, it's slim pickings out here in this world right now because we do live in a self-absorbed world, but that can be very toxic and dangerous. And if you find yourself, what's the word? Thirsty, right? You'll find yourself falling in love with that self-absorbed guy thinking he's it. And you'll find out, I don't want to say when it's too late, but you got 2-3 kids now. And now you're finding out I'm worth better. I'm worth more.
Or that self-absorbed girl who's saying, I ain't paying nothing. I ain't paying no bills.
Facts.
I got a BBL. You supposed to pay the bills because I got this BBL that you wanted. And so now, you killing yourself for material things. And none of it matters, man. At the end of the day, be with whoever you love and who loves you.
Yeah.
So is this what we're saying to this confused dad?
Yeah.
So we're saying at the end of the day, be with who you. Now he needs some guidance.
I would say
be with who he loves. Like, if he loves that,
Right.
if he loves his kid's mother, and the only thing he has is that she's not adventurous enough,
y'all can
that
work
can
on
be
that.
fixed.
Right.
That can be worked
Go
out.
to therapy
y'all can fix
separately.
that.
Go to therapy
Or you can
together.
calm your ass down.
exactly.
Sit your
Calm
middle ass
down.
behind- Sit down somewhere, bro.
Just sit down. Just tell him to sit down, Jay.
Enjoy your lady, man.
Chill out.
Go
Relax.
on a vacation or something.
Yeah.
Relax. You
bro.
trying to be so adventurous, man. You ain't
Yeah.
20 no more.
Missed it.
Right.
You ain't 20 no more.
Right, you done missed this
Because I-
time in a row.
right.
She waited on you.
Yeah. And then sometimes
And you ain't
me
who
and
you used to
Jason-
be.
Right.
Yeah. Me and Jason, I just want his presence.
Yeah.
I don't want nothing else. Just his presence alone makes me happy.
That's so
Yeah.
dope.
And I could be in the same room scrolling on TikTok for hours.
Yeah, of
I don't know
course.
why I do that.
Yeah.
Me too.
But just him being there, we're not talking, it's no communication. It's a touch, it's a rub, it's a hey baby, you thirsty. You want something to drink? I'll get you something to drink.
I'm like that, but Constance not like that. Constance like going out. She likes
She does
the,
too.
you know what I'm
I
saying?
like going out too.
I'm like a hermit. Man, I can really, I've spent a considerable amount of time making my home an oasis for me and my family.
Yeah, for sure.
So I can literally
Yeah, for sure.
not leave my address
Yep.
and be okay.
Hence the
4
reason
months.
we're sitting where we're sitting right now. We had to shake up that
We had
oasis.
to shake the
Right.
oasis up.
Because it was like,
Facts.
Yeah, we got to get
But
it.
let me say this about that though, and I love that because I have the same thing.
Yeah.
I have everything that I want
At the crib.
at my house,
Right.
but that's not what she wants to be. So I've come to the place where I want to expand my territory.
Right.
Yeah.
My house is no longer going to be my comfortable place.
Right.
It's going to become the place I rest my head.
Yeah. We was just talking about
We're
that.
going to live life.
Yeah.
We're going to get across the country, across the world.
Yeah, man.
That's our objective, is to move how we want to move
Yeah.
and move comfortably.
and be
With
in
an
each
empty
other's
house.
And be-
Francis.
right. And it
Yeah.
can stay empty for all I care.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's just where I rest my head.
Yeah.
I want to be all over this world. I want to be able to be with
wanna
her
live.
and experience
Live.
life. But
Yeah.
it came, she had to wake that up in me.
Yeah.
Because I was okay with just being in, I love being in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now I get excited about going different places.
Yeah.
And
That's
doing
what's up.
different
Me
things.
too.
That's
And
what
we
living
do
life.
stuff. We do stuff together, but I want the guy to know that sometimes days are boring. You know, sometimes
Absolutely.
you have your
Some
boring
days you
days,
gonna sit in the
and
house.
sometimes you have really amazing days with the person you want to be with.
Yeah.
And it ain't settling. It ain't boring.
Yeah.
It ain't.
Balance.
It's balance. It's like every day. If he needs a fix every day, where it got to be this every day, then
You gotta be creative.
that's something in you. You
Yeah.
need to figure that out. That ain't her.
Yeah,
that's
it,
you.
yeah.
But if it's like, because like Jason didn't, but I realized he don't like going no places, so I would make plans with my friends
right.
and my sisters, and you know, hey, I got this restaurant, and do you want to go? I would invite other people to go. I think you can start getting jealous. I'll be like, I'll be back.
Where you finna go now?
On a Thursday
I was
night.
doing the same thing.
Right.
Where you going now?
But no.
What y'all finna do?
No,
I need some friends.
it wasn't me being jealous.
don't know.
It was me realizing that I was missing out on opportunity
Yeah.
as well.
Right.
It's like, no, I love the fact that you kick it with your people because I do need space sometimes. And I don't. Some days I just need to decompress
Facts.
by myself.
Yeah.
However that looks, I need to be able to do that because
I agree.
that's just as a human. You gotta have, even if it's just riding in your car. Sometimes you just need a moment to yourself.
Yeah.
So I don't mind when she does that, but when she tells me about these things, and I'm like, dang, I could have experienced that with you. Oh man, you went on a trip to the wine country. Man, we could have did that together. Or you went to Chattahoochee or whatever on the hooch or whatever. And did
Tubing
that
on the hooch.
Tubing on the hooch.
Tubing on the
Oh, I should have did that with you. That was a first time experience for her,
Right.
but it
Yeah.
could have been a first time experience for us.
y'all.
for sure.
Right.
Because I still ain't did it.
Yeah.
And she has.
Yeah.
Or she goes
You
to
did
different
that.
states and travels.
I do everything.
Dope.
What's up?
I do everything.
I want to travel
I
too.
do everything. I do anything one time.
That's right.
And then if I don't like it, I don't do it again. But if I like it, then I do it again.
Right.
But I do anything one time. Like I'm not so closed minded. You
Yeah,
know
she'll
that
try
I'm
anything.
like I ain't doing that, or I'm too good for that. I ain't too good for nothing.
Yeah.
And we, so I just say that's so like he's not like that, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with him not liking the beat, but that doesn't stop me from doing what I want to do. And that's what I would say to him. If the adventure is outside of the bedroom and it's something that she's just not into, it's okay for you to go do that.
Facts.
And it doesn't have to be with another woman. It could be with your homeboys
Paintball.
or a group of people. Yeah. So
Pool, you can shoot pool.
yeah, shoot pool like some people.
Paintball.
Or do it with your kids. You got kids.
Kids.
So
You
maybe
got
take your kids and
Yeah.
make those adventures and those memories with
Yeah.
your kids. Nevertheless, at
That's
the end
good
of the
stuff.
day, confused dad, don't be confused. We said go get therapy, figure out what's going on with you or with the mother of your children. And if you're going to make an amends, make sure you make amends with her for love.
It's good stuff.
And not to try and change her in any way. So
Facts. Do that, man. It's tons of stuff. Me and Constance do Nerf gun wars all the time. Naked.
Yeah,
That's your type of fun.
just have some
Y'all
fun.
still at the house. That man trying to get out, do it all on the mountain.
We be in the backyard.
But like Jay said, hey, calm down. Just calm down. Go sit down somewhere.
Have
Just go
several
sit
seats,
down.
sir.
Go have
Have
a
several
cigar
seats,
back,
man.
man.
you act like you Evil
Yeah.
Knievel out here.
Yeah,
It's time, bro. You in your mid age.
Just sit out.
Yeah.
That's what we gonna do.
Wine it on down.
Well, yeah, it's time to sit
Hey man, this
down.
has been another episode of
Another
Family by
episode.
Choice.
Yeah.
We had the family meeting, man. Keep
Yeah.
sending them in. We got these letters coming
Yeah.
in for the family meeting. If you got things that you want to ask us or things that you think we should discuss, man, just send it into the Gmail. It's
Yeah.
right there on the
Boom.
bottom in the lower thirds. We love you guys. This is Family by Choice.
FBC.
Family by Choice.
Peace.